I'm in. Let's go to Elysium. I'll take you there myself.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Let's Play Xenoblade Chronicles Blind 2. Wrong order. What is it about this place? And I think the choral music makes me bad at introductions, because the last time I was here, I also said them in the wrong order. And it clearly can't be my fault. I'm perfect. So it's obviously the choir music. The Indolum Prefecture does not like the fact that I keep pointing out that I don't really trust their leader, and so they are continuously making me look bad. Regardless, we are heading up here in order to have another cutscene, and then presumably going to set out into the world. But we'll just find out, won't we? I can't exactly predict what will happen. I can just make educated guesses that are usually wrong. Or jokes that end up being correct. So he's even like that when I go with the SR people around. I'm like, you're not even showing off for anyone.
My apologies. Did I keep you waiting?
We were enjoying just sitting here to watch you try and fly.
No, not really. What were you doing?
Trying to fly, I just said that.
I was cleansing the core crystals. It markedly increases their resonance success rate. Bonding with the crystal carries certain risks, you understand.
I do understand that, yes.
When I became the driver of an Aegis, this power was awakened in me.
Do I have it?
I might be able to do it too.
Who knows? Different people are cut out for different things.
That's a very backhanded way of saying things.
Now then, my work is done for the day. Come with me.
Yours is just beginning.
A special envoy? To Tantal? Me?
Correct. Behold.
Where is Tantal? And why do you want someone
as a salvager, I imagine you are already aware, but this is Allrest, the world we currently inhabit.
How do you have a map of it if the Titans keep swimming around everywhere?
Moving in circles around the world tree. And here lies the Great Void. This void came into being 500 years ago. It did not exist prior to that.
I'd ask how he knows, but he was actually around then.
So I've heard. It's in our way anyway. It stopped us reaching the world tree.
The Great Void is carved from the Cloud Sea by a monstrous beast known as Ophion.
I would say Ophion's part of the final boss, but I don't think he actually is.
To be precise, it is an artifice, a servant of the Aegis.
Not a very good servant if it tried to attack her.
So if that thing is Mithra's, then what did it attack us for?
Well, it also could be Malus's.
Ophion was felled in the ancient battle with Malus, sinking below the clouds.
Well, more like it was sunk than it wasn't felled, because it's still very much alive.
This means someone must have revived it.
Correct.
And you're saying that someone was Zeke's home country, Tantal?
Yes. They gave Ophion one directive.
Stop anyone from the world tree?
None approach the world tree. They sought to prevent a repeat of the horrors of the Aegis War. So, an obstacle was created, the Great Void.
How did they manage to convince them like that?
To let us go and repeat history?
Mankind is regressing. Only one artifact remains that can rescind Ophion's orders, and it lies in Tantal.
It's called the Omega Feta, and it's guarded by the royal family.
So why am I the envoy and not Zeke? Like, Zeke seems like a much better envoy to me.
I've prepared your envoy documents already. Your quest is to set foot in Elysium, correct?
Well, we prefer to set both feet.
Malos and his ilk will surely seek the Omega Feta for themselves. I would ask you to reach Elysium before they do, and inform me of what you find there.
Interesting.
Look at
I
his
still don't know.
favor for a once foolish old man.
I still don't know
And so
what
that
his
people may
relationship
have
to
a
Malos
future
is.
in this dying world.
Because, as far as I know, obviously a blade can choose to not stay with its awakener, but like Malos and I already forgot his damn name. I'm terrible. But Malos and him are still connected, and they're both seemingly immortal. So are they really not working together? It just seems odd. As of yet, I haven't seen a blade working contrary to its driver. I know it's possible, but it just seems suspicious. Sure am. Let's head back to our chamber before we talk about it. It's not exactly the place for discussing stuff. Interesting. Why does he want to talk? Yeah, Amalthus. I remember his name was Prather, but I couldn't remember what his actual, the other name is. What do you have to say, Hector? Trust you'll fill the duties of Prather's envoy. Remember, his eminence has placed all his hope in you. Well, he doesn't have much hope if he can only give enough to me. All right. Come on, Zeke. It is very appropriate that I switched my main character to Zeke for this section, because he's now going back home. So, good point in the game to actually be, having him for a spin. The only one I don't know that I'll necessarily play as will be, Morag, simply because the tank style has never been interesting to me. I've never really enjoyed it, so because of that, I don't think that I'll play it. I will probably play as Nia at some point. I don't know exactly when, because I want to give Zeke a fair run. Yeah, now we're looking at it straight on. Check out Zeke. Zeke's amazing. You wish you could be like Zeke, don't you? I also want a little bit of props for being able to do that spinning camera thing almost perfectly. Actually, wow. I thought when I hit this that, yeah, I was very close to dead on. Go me, so says I. Oh, hey, a quest. So I can't really talk now. My God shift's over. To maybe save the Muslim nation, we can't wipe out crime entirely. My friends, why men like me have to keep careful watch every hour of the day. Interesting. That wasn't much of a quest. For some reason, I can't forget the Levian's faces against one of the tales of Alra's creation. She's so strangely melancholy. I can't imagine what's going through her mind. I can, because we talked about it. Because I'm her best friend. So... this doesn't seem to be where I'm supposed to go.
Huh.
Cogs, aren't it? I was so distracted by doing a perfect run backwards that I did not notice I was no longer going towards my objective. Because I knew it would go off to one side because I was running backwards, so I didn't think too much of it. Moving on forward, now we're moving on forward. Hey, but that gives us more time to listen to the choir. I do have to say, and I know every time I'm here I talk about it, but I love this. Armalia, are you related to what is her name? Vicar Amalia? Because if you are, let's trigger a cutscene.
We can reach Tantal by ship, but once we're there, we'll need to do a spot of walking.
So we're travelling with Shell Ledyard. Never thought I'd see the day.
You've been doing it for a while
I think
now.
you'll find I make a fantastic ally.
Luck of Zeke not so great. Bet we shipwrecked by tomorrow.
Cheeky furball.
We're all gonna die.
Hey, Zeke.
Cheeky cat girl.
You said before that Torna concerned you too. What did you mean by that?
What? Oh, yeah, that. I don't know about those clowns, but Torna, the country that fell 500 years ago, they were the ancestors of us Tantalese. The people of Tantal are descended from Adam, the hero of Torna.
Adam's
who
from
escaped its
Torna.
destruction.
Interesting.
So, after Pyra fell asleep, Adam escaped to Tantal.
That's right.
That is the first I've heard of it. I have studied much history, but this story never featured. Most peculiar.
That's also interesting. Like the entire nation is
We're
descended from
humble.
one guy.
Don't really like to brag about it.
You are not humble at all.
The only real trace left is in this here sigil of the royal family.
I was going to say, what does Mithra think about all this? Pyra probably doesn't really have a reaction because she didn't know Adam.
So why did you awaken Hayes?
Because her power was of great use to me. Indol has found itself under attack from Torna a number of times.
Which Torna?
She was necessary in driving them back.
Really? Then why don't you seem to have any others? Blades, that is.
Driver though I may be, I am no fighter. Besides, I find the warrior monks here so reliable. They get the job done.
That is definitely a sidestep to that question.
If you say so. I wonder, do you know why Torna are using the name of a dead country?
Well, it seems like they're trying to avenge
Jin
the state of the world.
Was a blade of Torna once. Loyalty or nostalgia? Who can say? Perhaps both.
Is that really all there is to it?
Well, granted, he wouldn't necessarily
You don't
know.
think so?
I don't know much about what happened while I slept. There are no written records, either. All we have is stories passed down.
How would you know there's no written
And you
records?
think that is insufficient? History is a murky thing. Only those present can truly know what took place.
That is true. History is written
But
by the
weren't
winners.
you one of those present?
And that is why I offer you my cooperation.
He seems so like at end is like, stop arguing with me. I'm helping
I
you.
guess we'll find out if we go to Tantal.
There's a lot of discordance that is being said into these scenes, and I like it. It's making me very unsure where everyone stands, and I always appreciate that, where it's not a simple story of these guys are here, but a very fluid story. Can we make it a leisurely walk? It's been years. It's been yonks? It's been yonks since I last went home to Tantal. Thinking of Indol's my home for so long, it feels weird to leave and enjoy my last moments here. I know, shocking, isn't it? Oh, that was her. Their text bubbles came from almost the same place. Gotta take some Indoline presents for folks you haven't seen in a while. That's why old man will run over that. Come on, let's start walking. To Goitas Port. I don't have that stuff in Tantal, so this could be your last chance. Oh, that's pet. God damn it. So when do we get Morag back? I need to catch my breath after experiencing such a strong moment. That's what a prayer should do the trick. So sure, we can make it a leisurely walk for his sake. I wonder if it would actually do anything to it, the story if I just skip jumped. I'm not going to do it though. I was going to say, that's it. I think a day would come when I would have to enter the date of Lady Fawn's death in the annals of Endal. Children loved her so, and if they really understand yet, she's gone forever. Oh, I'm starting to understand the hymn, actually. Before now, it was just beautiful background, but I just heard, like, singing silence. Kind of reminds me of The Sound of Silence, which is one of my favorite songs. Hello, darkness, my old friend. The other day, my blade found a poor sod had fallen to Indol's back. She's from the rescue. She didn't want any help from blades. Got quite angry. Couldn't just leave her there, so we had to manhandle her out of there. That is, I understand the refugees. Oh god, that scared me a little bit, actually. What are you doing? She like did a dab or something. Are those the Ardanian troops? I think so.
Tensions seem high.
From what I gather, it seems an official summit is to be held between Morag and Uriah.
Well, it already started, didn't it?
A summit? You mean about the recent punch-up? But I thought...
Didn't Praetor Amalthus get him to stop and sort it all out?
It's never that easy,
Perhaps there are
Rex.
some discussions they would prefer Indol not to be privy to.
Besides, Uriah doesn't like to associate too closely with Indol. They'd hate to be seen as acquiescing to the Praetor's will. Got to keep
Interesting.
up appearances, you know.
Acquiescing? You what?
Really? This is the first time Nia's been
Like
portrayed
letting
as
him
stupid.
tell him what's what.
For such a spanner, you sure use some big words. How come?
Stop calling me that. Buzz off, kitty no-mates. Anyway,
Kitty no mates?
this summit would explain why Morag isn't around.
Indeed, she has much to attend to.
But I want Morag to be around. I love Morag. Well, I don't love her. Don't be
Shared
weird.
sovereignty over Gormott.
Yes. I don't think anything less will be sufficient to placate them.
The Senate would never approve it.
I can overrule them by decree. Of course,
Still,
I would need to secure Senator Roderick's cooperation.
I'm still surprised you go that
Imperial
far.
decree? If it's come to that, well, then I cannot dissent. I cannot help but admire your courage, your majesty.
That means a lot, coming from you.
I'm surprised that they consider courage to be basically
Acting
caving.
Chairman Nira.
Sorry for intrude. Is emergency, so Nira take liberty of drop by unannounced.
You certainly look troubled, Chairman. So, what is this emergency you speak of?
Well,
Oh, don't fade out now. I like Nero way better than I liked Chairman Bashi. Is that his name? Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can... I don't do anything with him because he doesn't have it all... Will you put your... Oh, wait, your blade is being sent out. You've got everything.
Having this makes me real happy.
That's nice. I'm grateful.
Oh. They said real happy, but it didn't actually seem to do anything for any of them.
I find this delicious.
Okay. I don't know if that's actually worth doing for anyone. Can I now buy your deed? I cannot. Well, I'm here. I might as well see if I can get any of them. Nope. Plus, he also said he wanted a souvenir on his way out. So it's not at all bad to go ahead and do this. Unfortunately, I feel like when they only have two, you have very little chance of actually getting one. But you gotta try, right? Wow, that was weird. My voice broke. Nope. Wow, none of them. None of these guys will partner with me. That means they're a bunch of jerks, guys. Bunch of jerks. Well, this is sad. How long do I have to go before I can get Morag back? I want Morag back. Morag's my best friend. Guys, one of you allow me to buy your store. Oh wow, well, I already had one of them. Well, these guys officially suck. All right. Got a new quest. That's something. No. Here's another cutscene. I'm getting a lot of those.
So, we can make our way to Tantal from here. I assume the Praetor has a ship waiting for us.
Hey, Shalad.
What?
Are we really gonna just leave Morag behind?
I mean, she's a grown woman.
Who's leaving anyone? She's got her own priorities, you know?
Yeah, but still.
Ah, see, Nia
Anyway,
thinks Morag's her best friend
schedule is
too.
filled with official duties right now.
For sure. It's just a bit of a shame is all. You know, since we came all this way together.
I guess I know how you feel, chum. Huh? Speak of the devil.
Oh, is she back? Please rejoin my party. Morag, I'll love you forever. Is she? Is she? She's gonna come to join us or stop us? Like, Bana?
On top of everything, an assassination attempt?
That, yeah, that does not make any sense.
Summit, it'll mean war.
War's good for business, after all. I guess he wants to use that to get himself back in with the guild.
Why, that little? I was wondering where he'd slunk off to. What a sneaky git.
I have to wonder why he wants something that's good for business.
Wishes to take care of this incident covertly, to avoid it reflecting badly upon the guild.
So you came to us?
If we mobilize the army, the whole thing will become public.
Oh,
Interesting.
I get it. So we're a more convenient solution.
I'm not forcing you. If you refuse, Bridget and I will do what we can alone.
Which is much less.
Come off it, lady. You wouldn't even think of dragging us into this if you thought you could handle it on your own.
That's probably very true,
suppose
actually.
not. You know Bana as well as I. There's no telling what he might be plotting.
According to Acting Chairman Nira, several giant weapons were being built at the factory where we last saw him. And one of them is currently unaccounted for.
Oh, just one? That's actually better than I thought it would be.
Giant weapons.
Got it.
Is it more... What was it?
Besides, you know...
Rosas?
We've got our own score to settle with him.
Thank you. It will
Glad
be
you
easier to
count us.
focus on my duties knowing you are on the case. Good
Oh,
luck.
wait, you're not coming?
Leave it to us.
Son of a bitch. I really thought she was joining us and coming into our party, and she's not, and that sucks. Wait, why are we... So big summit talk thing, yes? Friend, know anything about suspicious things happening there? Well, I saw these weird bird people. Not like, nope, bigger, really bird looking. There's a picture of them before, and picture, I can't remember what they're called. Oh, okay, because Derp, yeah, the summit is here, so of course we're talking to people here. I do wonder. Myself, I'm an Ardanian, and yet I live under the protection of Indal. And the Orions and the Gromati here first, well, we seem to all get along just fine. But take a look at those lot. Catching their tools of conflict and fixing one another with the coldest of stares. Can't even have a civil discussion short of holding a banquet like this. Don't you think it's absurd? If they have the time to be wasting on such extravagances, they should be using it to save their own suffering people. It frustrates me. Sometimes I think the people running the nation could learn a thing or two from our camp. That seemed to have absolutely nothing to do with the information I asked you. You're fired. Oh, what do you have to say? Patasque? Patasque? There was one request I thought was decidedly suspicious. We had a no-pond fellow asking about supplies of poisonous substances. Told me we don't handle such items here, of course, and he left soon after. He's asking around other places, too. Oh wait, the blacksmith I can't do anything with. Hold on. This is the inn. I'm resting at the freaking inn. Because I'm sure I have, yeah, tons of... Oh, I should have waited for Morag, actually.
I'm stronger than this, you know. Much, much stronger.
More strong now!
See, Gramps? I'm getting better.
It's interesting that Zeke is a higher level than all of them, even with the bonus experience. You know, like, the bonus experience pushes him farther than the other ones, even though he hasn't been in the party, like, at all.
Did Master Pond sleep well?
Tora dreamed about tasty sausage the size of Poppy!
Poor Poppy. Tora all but ignores her. Accessory, you can't ever buy those places out. Don't even try. Oh, those are all above me. This 141 is on the same level though. But I'm beginning to get the decided impression that it's not where I want to be. Okay, time to warp then. We gotta talk to everyone and find out what to do what is. Do what to do what
Let us
do.
go.
Oh wow, everything is below me. Well, where the heck are they? I know I said that we get to like listen to the song for longer, and we do, but I would like to move on with the plot at some point. I promise you I would. Current climate, I fear almost anything could happen. I can scarcely wait for the day when this huge awful Titan battleship is gone from our shores. Pains me even see such an unsightly structure in our beautiful city. Why can Morag and Riot not suddenly cease all foolish conflicts and simply submit themselves to the will of Indal? Yeah, that's a kind of very naive thing to say. Just saying. The untoward going on in the Ardenian army, I can assure you that. Those who have come to the Indal belong to the Karag Imperial Guard. The Insult has sworn solemn oaths to protect the Emperor. When these missions were going on, I venture to say it would have to be on the Orion side. Well, that's very helpful. Yeah, it's totally not us. It's those that are not us. Orion Titan battleship has extremely sturdy defenses. I doubt there's a single weapon in this whole port that could damage it. Hi? Aegis? She can destroy continents? Besides, I hear the main conference will only be attended by a very select group of trustworthy individuals. Can't imagine how any miscreant could hope to get close to the VIPs to harm them, even if they so wanted. A lot of people are on edge, but don't you worry. I don't think there's anything to worry about. Well, that was more helpful. The other guy was completely unhelpful. There's quite certainly something not quite right going on. I saw a very large wooden box being transported to the Titan battleship. There's a content on one of the inventory lists, so most of my colleagues think it's no problem. But I can't imagine being what they want in such a huge box for. More about what's inside. Interesting. Is that the weapon? So I just had to go over here. Because there's at least one person over here. Oh, I've got a good one for you. Some kind of ingredients with a monstrously foul odor were carried on the Ardenian Titan vessel. Stench was so strong I could still smell it in my clothes. P.U. There were other ingredients too, weird and wonderful, the lot of them. I don't know what they're for, but they can't be your average recipes. Interesting. Are there people down here? Like, one of them still seems to be in front of me. I'm closing in fast. I almost feel like singing the song. Let's sing the Vigilant song. Gotta say vigilant, vigilant, yeah. Don't look around, don't get distracted. I mean, do good, look around, I'm bad at this. He doesn't know how to lay low. He's massive. Summit will be held by the Titan battleships. We have no fear of attacks from the outside. Doors are the only entrance and it will not be open until just before the summit to admit Queen Rakira. We'll have not allowed an individual past this point.
We're back. No complaints, okay?
Nicely done.
Welcome back, Rock. I do wish there was a run. I feel like there should be, but I don't think there is. I gotta walk a long, long way. So yeah, that's... Wow, that is kind of amazing. Amazing looking. Alright, and the last one I have to talk to. Oh, Lynn. Whoa. Perhaps they're toward intentions on the more ordained side. Frankly, I'd expect it. Interiorly, we in Orion have no intentions of trying anything funny. We trust our queen. If she wills it, we'll gladly put our weapons aside. Alright, so I pour back to Morag and then she joins me. That's what I'm voting for. I vote for she joins me again. Sorry, I don't mean to be so single-minded about Morag, but I like Morag. I'm a simple creature. I see strong female character, I put her in my party. Yeah, and there was some rumors that this did bug me a bit. Time to sort out the real dirt for the base of suspicion. First, we clear a basic premise. Who was targeting some of nations? Is former Chairman Bana master upon frigate already? Traditional for producing sharp by information everyone know. Proper flow is for Rex to think carefully and provide answer. On the next basic part, where's the summit to be held? Yep, it's inside the Titan battleship. My band's planning to assassination. What method do you think he might be using? Well, I think the method might be poison. She told us secure from the outside. Only trustworthy people will be attending, after all. I guess the only method that really is tampering with the food. That... I just know there's a lot of weird ingredients, so that seems to point towards the main meal. It's got to be the meal of the banquet, right? I hardly imagine the VIPs will be preparing their own food. I'd quite like to see Morag and Bridget try to cook for a banquet. And someone said they've seen a lot of weird ingredients being carried inside, right? Suspicious box carried inside too! The strongly flavored ingredients be to hide the taste of poison. Well, the Turkin are the only ones that are unusual. Oh, the ones the girl was talking about. Bana used Turkin as many as before to remember for artificial blade factory at Morag. See how it might be more convenient to hiring them professional assassins then. If we know someone's going to be poisoning the food, why don't you go check the battleship itself? Alright. Well, unfortunately, this looks like what's going to have to be for the next one. So, I will see you then when we go to the battleship. Thank you very much, Cookie Seller, but I already bought one of your cookies. You will not ensnare me again. She's tricky, you guys.
I've returned. Please read the tales of my exploits for yourself.
Nicely done.
Also, before I go, there's one thing that we need to do. Nia? Oh, absolutely, you are viewing The Awakening. Since it's available now, I definitely want a third healer for Nia. I don't know if the upskirt is strictly necessary, game.
Hello there. I'm Vess. My power? It's like a warm, soft bed. I'm here to soothe your weary hearts and souls.
Interesting. Is she a Blitzball user? And another lightning. We now have 2 lightnings.
I will attend to your every need. At least for fighting.
Oh, interesting she says that. That's kind of funny. I didn't expect that. Good play, game. All right. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much for tuning in, everyone.